I'm getting ready to do my workout, and I was cleaning up and stuff. A channel message came to me, so stick around. I'm going to share it with you. It has to do with the importance and the sacred, I can't even think of how to say it, how sacred everyone's personal journey to awakening is. And the way I'm going to pull this together for you guys is the correlation that has come to me, that has helped me understand what I'm saying more. If you're new to me, my name is Lindsay Latham. I am a full-blown psychic and a lot of other things. I have a lot of gifts and abilities that I help people through. And I also have a crazy past of IV heroin and meth addiction for over 20 years. Was in the sex industry for a long time to support my habit. But I've also been a Reiki practitioner for 20 years. And when I got off the drugs over 5 years ago, I went to master teacher level. So now I certify others in Usui Reiki also. My journey was hard and arduous, and it started from a very young age. But with addiction, family is always, I've OD'd a bunch of times. And the first time I was in rehab was outpatient rehab when I was 13. I should not have been there. I was not a drug addict at that point. And my life would be completely different if I never went to that outpatient rehab. I was thrown in AA 12-step program at 13 because I was brainwashed into addiction. But back in the 90s, heroin chic was the thing. Kurt Cobain, all of that shit. We wanted to be drug addicts. It was cool. Well, that shit's not cool anymore, but it was cool back then. So it was just a recipe for fucking disaster. And I was trafficked. And all stemming from this rehab I was thrown into when I was 13. But anyway, that kicked off a cycle of rehabs. I was in rehab. I've been to rehab, I've lost count, probably over 15 times. My point is, when people interfere with your spiritual awakening process, they are violating the sacred, they're violating your sacred given journey leading to your purpose and mission, freedom and salvation and authenticity. And what I mean by this is IOD. My family intervenes. You've got to do something. You've got to do something. You have to go to rehab. So, am I ready to go to rehab? No, because all I wanted to do was get high. But what did I do? I went to rehab because it's like making the people, the family happy, doing what the family wants, because sometimes I was scared I was going to die. So I was willing to go. I thought I was ready, but really I was afraid I was going to die a couple times when I went to rehab. But then other times it's like I just had to do it because my family made me. I didn't realize, of course they don't realize, they are slowing down your spiritual process to awakening. The fear of ODing and dying is what's driving the force. But in actuality, you're completely taken care of by the universe. Really, going to rehab when you're not ready is more dangerous and is making you closer to death. And if you would have just stayed out and went through the natural process, because then you get out. I've seen this happen so many times. I've had so many friends who've died. Get out of rehab, they relapse, they're dead. Boom, gone. So, now, because I was thinking, why don't people realize that unity, consciousness, and love is the key in the answer? And why do people continue to entertain these organized religions that are just cutting people off from their authentic connection to God? Why? How do people not see that is pushing them further from unity? It's creating separation. And then a light bulb went off. That is their sacred journey. That all I can do is just in my heart have compassion, honor their sacred journey on their way to waking up to unity and love. However they get there is sacred. And arguing with anyone about their belief systems or their religion and their beliefs and their stuckness, even though I know in my heart what it really is. I see it for what it really is, but it isn't my job to intervene. It isn't anybody's job to intervene with anybody's process, unless they ask. Of course, if somebody asks you for help, but intervening or entertaining arguments or wasting energy on, defending yourself and your connection with love, unity, consciousness, and God is a waste of time. People learn through experience. People learn through unity, love, presence. I am here for people to learn through my authentic presence, my authentic experience. It's felt on an energetic level. It doesn't need to be defended. It doesn't need to be proved. It just is. If somebody doesn't learn from it, nor appreciate it, or treat me like shit for it, that's their problem. That's their issue. And again, I bring it back to compassion. But don't be confused. I don't take no shit either. I'm not going to be abused by people. I stand up for myself. But all I'm saying is, get out of people's way. Let them do what they're going to do. That's what they need to be doing. That is their way. That is their sacred journey. Interfering in it is just slowing them down. And we need motherfuckers to not be slowed down right now, right? We need this unity, love, consciousness now. The new earth is now. Get out of people's way. Let them do what they do. They're taken care of by the universe, just like you and me. All right.